I've spoken to kids about athletics, and for any brand or marketing person watching this, when you talk to kids about athletics, they absolutely love it, which is just the most, that's utopia for a marketer. But sitting behind all that, you've got this amazing bunch of young creatives and designers and your own marketing people, and you've got education, literacy people all sitting behind this. From a leadership perspective, what advice would you give to somebody who was leading a bunch of young creatives to allow them enough freedom to do what they do best, but at the same time, you've got that leadership role and responsibility? How do you manage that?
Look, I think you've got to give them something that they really believe in, that you believe in. For me, that's an easy thing because I believe in the love of learning. I don't believe in boring, utilitarian, rote learning. I believe in finding that incredible spark, that thing that makes you want to learn, that depth of learning. If you love learning something, you know it deeply, you know it truly, you can act upon it, rather than skimming across the surface of something. So for me, that's a really powerful thing to believe in. And it means rather than producing boring textbooks or boring resources, utilitarian resources, you find ways to connect to kids in ways that you wouldn't have thought of. I know, for example, there's a lot of jargon about in our particular industry the gamification of learning, and I couldn't disagree with that more. I think it's the learnification of gaming. It's finding all those little motivators that make you want that love of learning, whether it's quest or challenge or story or all these interesting things. So, recently playing with 3D technologies and developing resources in that world, if you want to learn about physics, rather than having some boring formula presented to you, we'll have a crash test car that you can crash and test and look at the speeds and then learn about the things that apply from that. So that's a binding thing. So if a young team have something that they believe in, they coalesce around that. And you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I've made more mistakes than anyone, no doubt. Too many mistakes. But if you've got something to believe in it, you keep orient yourself around that and you keep working towards that. And I think that's very powerful.
So that's, I guess, a purpose, something that you as a leader believe in. You can recruit people around you to believe in it. Is that something you'd use in recruitment and your selection process, to find those people that share that love of learning? Was that what you're saying?
Absolutely. It's the first, when we employ people, we look for sort of 5 specific criteria, whether it's can-do, obsessiveness. There's a little range of honesty. There's a little precise, and love of learning is the big one.
Yeah, right.
Because we know they'll get over the hurdles and the obstacles that confront them. So it's very powerful, and it's also helpful because you bring together like-minded people.
Yeah.